An effective Archon toilet is game ending. Doesn't have enough Archons to actually do that. You have to deal so much damage. He's just pushing, man. He's like, all right, let's do it. Oh my god! Oh my god! No Archons! Where's his Archons? He needs to get those in there. And the Void Rays come out. And Archon goes in. Another Archon goes in. Get in there! Oh my god, what are we seeing? Are all going down. I can't believe what I just saw.
Oh, Starcraft. One of the loves of my life. Back in 2012, I remember trying to get my act together. World of Warcraft had taken over my life for better or worse, and I decided to take a step back from it. Of course, if you watched my previous video, you know that I never actually quit. But stepping away left a sense of emptiness in me. I needed to fill that void with something new. Unfortunately for me, that something wasn't college just yet. It was, of course, another game. Something competitive this time. Something a bit more serious. I was tired of relying on others in team games. I wanted to be solely responsible for my wins and losses. I wanted to be totally accountable. And what better place to look than the same company that brought me WoW, Blizzard. Of course, today we all know the state of Blizzard / Activision, but back then they were giants, man. And among their incredible games was the one and only, the title of this video, Starcraft. Specifically Starcraft 2. And no, before you ask, I wasn't fortunate enough to discover the original Starcraft growing up, which I'm still a little sad about. Now, when I started learning about Starcraft, I was instantly hooked by the esports scene around it. It felt like this serious world of competition, and I couldn't wait to dive in. Fast forward a bit, I started playing StarCraft 2 and I mained Zerg. Zerg was a fast-paced alien swarm type race with cheap expendable units meant to overwhelm my opponent with numbers. It looked intense and complex, and I loved that. The other two races were Terran, the human faction, strategic and balanced, and Protoss, high-tech aliens with powerful, expensive units and flashy abilities. Within a year, I had climbed the ranks all the way up to Mid-Masters League. Now, I know what you're thinking. What the hell does any of this have to do with a life lesson? Bear with me here, just a little bit more context. It'll make sense. The gameplay essentially boiled down to two key elements, macro and micro. Now, macro was all about your big picture decisions, expanding bases, building workers, managing resources, and upgrading units. Micro, on the other hand, was your finer control, dodging attacks, executing ambushes, saving units from danger.
A queen falls, but Scarlet on the regroup is...
Oh my god! Oh my god!
One of the more classic examples is this one right here. Splitting your Marines to avoid Zerg baneling explosions to minimize losses and be cost effective.
But this is so scary. Spreading those Marines, beautiful spread, and he minimizes damage more than I thought he even would. Buster! It does look like he wants to attack. He's got to be careful going through these bushes. Notice how he sends 3 Marines first. That's very smart. And he sees those Banes coming. He's got to retreat. And spreading a lot of Marines quite well right there. Very nice. Wow, he's cleaning up.
And here's another one. Here's some Warp Prism Micro for Protoss to help keep units alive and maximize the damage they're able to dish out. Super flashy, super risky.
It's just not working. There's 41 kills, 42 kills between the Immortals now. His micro has been so good with those, picking them up once again.
man.
Hero, this is
Unbelievable.
legendary.
Unbelievable play by Hero. Look at that.
my
These Immortals
God.
are living up to their name for the first time in StarCraft 2 history.
47 kills now as the next life continues to run and still saving those Immortals, keeping
Wow.
those at the back. Hero, you are so good.
But the problem with this is if you focus too much on it, your macro back at home would crumble. Suddenly you're floating thousands of minerals with no units being made. You know, growth stalled, momentum lost. You know, at the time, I believed macro was absolutely king. I focused all my effort on outproducing and outmacroing my opponents, swarming them with more units and a better economy. I figured I could still win even if my army control was bad, and that worked. Until it didn't. Because, you know, not everyone plays long macro games. Some people go for fast timing attacks. Others rely on tricky, unconventional plays, like, say, cannon rushing. This is where Protoss players, of course, build defenses near your own base, trapping you in while they build up their own economy and army back at home. Which is incredibly frustrating and for obvious reasons. So, where am I getting at with all this? Yes, macro, the big choices matters, just like in life. You know, applying for that new job, starting to work out, moving out of your parents' house, getting your driver's license, and so on. I could sit here and give you numerous examples. But without managing the micro, you know, the little things, you can easily lose everything you've been building up to. You might throw your advantage straight out the window by guiding your army into a well-positioned concave of enemy units and losing everything. Micro is being kind, you know, doing something nice for a friend, pushing that last rep to failure in the gym, or even swapping a regular Coke for a Coke Zero. Small changes that, in time, add up to a pretty big difference. My point is, you need both. A good life, like a good StarCraft match, is about balance. Macro gets you the opportunities. Micro makes sure you don't waste them. Master both, and who knows? Maybe one day you'll find yourself in Grandmaster League. If you stuck with me to the end, thank you so much. This project is taking shape, and I'm already learning so much from this experience. There's more to come for sure. So if you enjoyed this, I hope you'll stick around for my next one. And as always, take care.